Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August the 30th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday afternoon. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the tropics here once again. We're going to be taking a look at Hurricane Idalia still over land over southern Georgia. Here's Hurricane Franklin. Here's Tropical Depression number 11. Here's the remnants of Tropical Storm Gert. And here is a Tropical Depression 94L located over here near the African coast. Just want to let you know about that as well. We're going to also take a look at some information on Idalia, which is over, like I said, southeast Georgia. Also, we're going to take a look at Hurricane Franklin. Also, we're going to take a look at the Watches, Warning, and Advisory map. And also we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today with some severe weather along the coastal areas of the Carolinas all the way down into portion of Florida. Alright, if you're a new viewer and you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you will not miss an update from me on this forecast channel. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here. As you can see, as I just started off just a few minutes ago, here is the remnants of Hurricane Idalia spinning over the southern Georgia and also still pounding Florida. Also, it made landfall this morning around 7:45. I think around Syracuse with the winds of 125 miles per hour, but it did reach 130 before it reached the coast. So it did become a Category 4 just like everybody was predicting. So it did become a Category 4 storm, but it weakened to a Category 3 when it came on shore. Did a lot of damage, I heard. And it continues to move through Georgia, South Carolina, and also into the outer, maybe up toward the Wilmington area of North Carolina. Big eyeball right there in the middle of the screen. This is a remnant of Gert. Gert looks like he's trying to come back to life again. Also, here's Tropical Depression 11. The current information, what I seen just a few minutes ago, is it's supposed to be just a remnant, just a depression. It's not going to strengthen into no tropics. This system here, we're going to have to watch it. It continues to get a strength, but most of the models takes it back like out to sea. But I would not be surprised it could come a little further to the west. But if the models are suggesting it go that way, it should go that way, hopefully. The Caribbean Sea, but nothing to write home about. Some scattered activity over the Pacific Ocean as well. I got some numerous showers and storms up here around St. John's Island, also up toward Maine, moving into southeast Canada, and a little system moving into Canada out of North Dakota. All right, let's move on to the information here on Idalia. You can see here's the center of rotation already located in southeast Georgia. Continue to push on off to the northeast. It will move into South Carolina sometime in the next probably 2 to 3 hours. It'll be located in southern South Carolina, and then it will continue to push on off to the northeast, and then kind of just come back out sometime over here around the Grand Strand, around the Wilmington area. By Thursday morning, it should be up here. But like I said, everything, if you behind this system here, look like the Apalachicola area and also toward Tallahassee, your conditions are improving. Also across portions of northern Florida, you're going to get some heavy rain still as this continues to push on off toward the east-northeast. Jacksonville, toward Savannah, you're going to get some gusty wind as well from this hurricane. Also toward Hilton Head Island. Also, we still got tropical storm force winds extending into much of Georgia, also into central South Carolina this afternoon. Some wind move on shore as well. All right. What you see it on the satellite imagery, it was located about right here. Still supposed to become a hurricane still later this afternoon or this evening. Still supposed to be a hurricane, like I just mentioned. Supposed to be a hurricane moving into South Carolina and then moving over there towards the out of Grand Strand and then over toward the Wilmington area. That's where the storm will come out at. And now the National Hurricane Center and a lot of the models have backed off about it coming back this way now. Most of them takes it out this way. We thought it was going to swing around and come back into Florida, but I think it's going to affect Bermuda and then head on out to sea as just a strong tropical wave, a storm that is, in the tropical Atlantic. All right, if you're tracking this system at home still, it's located near latitude 30.6 north, longitude 83.2 west. Maximum sustained winds still remain at 90 miles per hour at 11 p.m. and 11 a.m. excuse me. And movement is to the north-northeast at 20 miles an hour. So it's got a fast movement. So it's not going to be it's going to be just kind of in and outs. Tomorrow looks pretty good for our area here in the Carolinas as well. All right, let's take a look at the hurricane models. As you can see, that was this morning when it made landfall. But like I said, it's currently about right here now. It will continue to move across southern South Carolina, then out through the coast, through the Grand Strand, and out toward the Wilmington area, then out to sea, and then on off to the toward Bermuda, and then off to the northeast after that. All right, intensity guidance should start showing it weakening now. There it is, Category 3 hurricane. It was this morning. Like I said, it's a Category 1 storm, so it should be somewhere right in here. Okay, this is Category 1 status, then down into a tropical tropical storm, and then remain a tropical storm all the way through 168 hours out. All right, now here's a look at we're going to take a look at Hurricane Franklin. All right, let me let it load again. I loaded it earlier, but we're going to have to load it again. I see. The 11 a.m. advisory. You can see tropical storm warning is still in effect for you guys in Bermuda. And you see the tropical storm force winds already impacting the island as well, just as expected. I've been saying that for many days that Bermuda wouldn't get impacted by this storm. And you are already getting impacted by some of the tropical storm force winds and some of the heavy rain off of Franklin as well. Finally weakened down to just a Category 2 storm. It will continue to weaken down to a regular storm. See, by 8 a.m. Saturday, it's a tropical storm, and then just a post-tropical storm by 8 a.m. Sunday, and Monday it's just, like I said, just a post-tropical cyclone by then. All right, if you're tracking Franklin at home, this the location there, latitude 33.6 north, longitude 67.1 west. Maximum sustained winds 105 miles an hour with higher gusts, moving to the northeast at 13 miles an hour. And like I said, by Thursday at 8 a.m. it will be located here. 8 a.m. Friday located here. Saturday 8 a.m. here, and then 8 a.m. Sunday, like I said, just a post-tropical cyclone. All right, let's take a look at the SpaghettiOs, they call it, the spaghetti models, but it's the hurricane models. Current position located here. There it goes. Continuing off to the northeast. Uh, this area here could, if it moves a little bit further north, could get a little impact. Maybe some swells and stuff from high seas. Rip current risk along these islands here off of southeast Canada as Franklin moves by your region. And finally, the intensity guidance. We're going to take a look at that real quick. As you can see, this was a category, it's right there at the category 2 status, and just continue to fall down into a tropical storm, and then drop down into a tropical depression later on down the road. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the watches and warnings and advisory map. That was your tropical update. Now we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisories, and then we'll take a look at the Storm Prediction Center today, and then we're going to wrap up this video. All right, as you can see here, here's the big action here going on along the southeast coast. We've got tropical storm warnings in the coastal waters, extending from the mid-Atlantic region all the way down to the east coast of Florida. Got some hurricane warnings still in effect for the coastal waters there. Hurricane warnings inland from around Savannah, Georgia, southern South Carolina, all the way through southeast Georgia, still in effect for you guys in Florida. Tropical storm warnings extending all the way down into central and southern Florida. We have some wind advisories down in South Florida, gale warnings along coastal areas. Tropical storm warning remains in effect for coastal areas in the Gulf of Mexico as well. We have flood watches also in effect. Tropical storm warnings in effect inland of Georgia and South Carolina, even in the southeast North Carolina. Also, we have hurricane statements for the Raleigh area of North Carolina, all the way over toward Hickory, North Carolina as well. Charlotte, North Carolina, you're under a flood watch for some heavy rain this afternoon as well. Also into Thursday morning down into Georgia. Also, we have red flag warnings in effect for you guys down here in portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, also into Texas. Also, we got some coastal flood advisories, gale warning in effect for Panhandle, Florida, back over towards southern Louisiana. Air quality alerts for you guys here in portions of South Texas, Northeast Texas, much of Nebraska, portions of Minnesota. Also over here in Oregon as well. Wind advisories also in effect for Montana and to portions of Idaho. High wind warnings in effect there as well. Red flag warnings also in effect for you guys here in Wyoming, also in Northern California. Some flood advisories over portions of Washington State, also in Idaho as well. Fire weather watches in effect for portions of Nevada and California. Heat advisories, excessive heat warning in effect for Southern California and also down into portions of Arizona. Alaska, you still got those flood watches in effect for the north. Some special weather statements, wind warnings in effect there as well. Gale warning, gale storm warnings in effect for the coastal areas there as well. Gale warnings around the entire chain, Hawaiian chain island. Flood watches also in effect for you guys as well. And now it's going to time to wrap it up with the center. We got this general thunderstorm from Maine down to portions of New York State, down toward the Massachusetts region, also into portions of Virginia, the Carolinas, back down to the Florida Keys. Also over here in portions of Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, back up into portions of Colorado and Nebraska and Wyoming, and also for portions of North Dakota, back into Montana. Well, marginal risk, slight risk, enhanced risk for eastern North Carolina, all the way down into portions of southeast Georgia, and a marginal risk continues all the way down into central Florida for severe weather this afternoon, mainly tornadoes and damaging winds. All right, if you're in enhanced risk, this includes Charleston, South Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, Summerville, South Carolina. For enhanced risk this afternoon, slight risk includes Savannah, Georgia, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Haynesville, Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia, Havelock, North Carolina. Also over, that's a slight risk, a marginal risk. This includes Tampa, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Lakeland, Florida, Brandon, Florida, and Dayton, Florida. for our marginal risk this afternoon. The tornado probability, we have a 2% in the green, 5% in the brown, 10% in the yellow. If you're in the 10%, this includes Charleston, South Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, North Charleston, South Carolina, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, Summerville, South Carolina. 10% risk for a tornado this afternoon. If you live in Savannah, Georgia, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Haynesville, Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia, and Havelock, North Carolina, 5% risk for a tornado. And if you live in Sumter, South Carolina, Florence, South Carolina, Aiken, South Carolina, New Bern, North Carolina, and Kingston, North Carolina, 2% risk for a tornado this afternoon. Damaging winds, 5% in the brown. This includes Tampa, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina. Hail probability, less than 5% in all areas. Alright, well, that wraps up today's video. Hope everybody has a great afternoon. Stay safe out there in the Carolinas and Georgia and Florida. It's going to be a bumpy ride this afternoon and evening across much of the area. So have a great afternoon. Hopefully tonight I'll be able to do a video if I still got, hopefully I'll still have power so I can do another video for everybody tonight. So hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like the video, share the video, consider subscribing if you have not. And we'll catch you back in the next video. So take care, everyone.